Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Downbeat. I'm coming at you live, Tony Gomez show from Yellowstone. Yellowstone, man. I took the show on the road, and I tell you, I gotta give a big shout out to my wife and my son, Stone Gomez and Lori Gomez, for making this trip with me. And it's been a hell of a trip. It's been nothing but beautiful skies, mountains, geysers, all kinds of great scenery. So, when we got here, let me start from the top. We showed up in Denver. We took a flight from San Antonio. We landed here in Denver, and then we jumped in a car. After 2 hours waiting in line, it just really killed the whole moment. But anyway, we jumped in a car, got ourselves a Forerunner, and started boogieing. Made it halfway to Yellowstone that first day on Sunday, and made it all the way to, I believe it was Rock Springs. And next morning we got up and we hit it, and we hit Teton Mountains, Teton Mountain National Park. And that place was just so fucking beautiful. It reminded me of the Rocky Mountains, snow-capped mountains, and great hiking. We did two spots. We hiked around Lake Jenny, and we also went to Taggart Lake, and we hiked up there. It was over 6 miles between both places, and wow, we had a great time hiking. But we came prepared. We got some brand new boots, and we were hydrated and ready for a kick-ass hiking experience. Me, I should have worn shorts, but I was wearing jeans, and it was just not the best of times for me, but I made it work. And anyway, so day two, we went straight to Yellowstone after that, and what an experience at Teton Mountain National Park, man. Those mountains are just beautiful. Just another piece of heaven on earth over here in God's great land. And so we're in Wyoming, we're in Yellowstone, and what we did to get things started, we hit Old Faithful. And Old Faithful was awesome. We waited about 10 minutes, and then bam, it went off. And it was just a sight to be seen. I think I posted some pictures. So if you haven't seen them yet, check it out on my timeline, and look at the Tony Gomez show on Facebook, and you'll see it right there. You're seeing Old Faithful in action. And we saw all the other geysers that were also there on the same pathway. And that was another hiking experience as well, but well worth it. There was some awesome sights to see right there, and the boiling water coming from the earth right beside, basically almost a river, makes you really experience the wonders of how that little passages of heat and water are coming from even below the surface of where that river is right beside it, and getting heated by that volcanic lava that is close to the core of our earth, and getting very close to where we're at in this big caldera that we call a super volcano, in this whole area that was just basically an implosion. And now we have all these geysers and points of exit of it breathing, and it's still being alive. But I believe it's been 631,000 years since it last erupted. But on that second day of the trip, we also hit the site of I believe it's called the Prismatic, the Grand Prismatic, and it was awesomeness. We went to the lookout, and we're looking down above it, and you see this almost lake-like, glass-like area that's got all this prism of colors coming because of the sunlight hitting it in all these different angles, and it's just like a prism of a rainbow coming around the whole edge and the coast of this Grand Prismatic. It was amazing. It's just like I'd seen in the pictures. The closest thing we saw to almost like a volcano-ish kind of opening in the earth was this, and it's boiling. There's just steam coming off it, and it's very intense and very awesome and huge. And there was another area just almost comparable to the same size of the Grand Prismatic, and just as beautiful. Awesome. So that was a hike getting up there and a hike back, and then we went to conquer the highest point of Yellowstone, the one and only Mount Washburn. And I'm telling you that, looking at it from the ground level, I thought we were never going to make it. And there's, we can always go up halfway and turn back. Whenever you want, you can turn back. And it's a great passage, the walkway up there is fantastic, and it was just so pretty moderate to go for the most part. 80% of it was very easy, even though it's steep. You can't avoid that. You're going up a mountain, but there was a lot of area, that 20%, that was rough and rocky, and also snow. There was also snow you had to get through, and very, very close to the shoulder. So if you slipped, your ass could go straight down the side of that fucking mountain, and who knows how you're gonna end up. So we were very, very careful and looking out for each other along the way, going up the mountain, and it was incredible. So it was 7 miles all the way there and back, and it took us probably about 2.5 to 3 hours going up the mountain. And it was incredible. The sights to be seen as you're going up the mountain are just awesome. And what a once in a lifetime experience. And I'm glad that me, Lori, and Stone were able to be there to enjoy it together and conquer the mountain, because we did. And we got to the top, and it was fantastic. I felt like Rocky running up the stairs in Philadelphia, and it was like, we're going to fly now. Yes. I loved it. We conquered that. We conquered it. And you know what? It was a bitch, but we made it our bitch. Mount Washburn, we love you. Gomez family, love you. We earned it. It was awesome. And so that was yesterday. And coming down, it was easy. Coming down felt like easy. We made it down in an hour and 15 minutes. And so we definitely had a lot of momentum coming down, and we were in a hurry to get on to the next attraction, which was going to be the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone. So we traveled maybe 10 miles. All these attractions in Yellowstone are pretty close to each other, but it's like a 50-mile or larger national park that just has so much to offer, and each attraction is just huge. So yeah, there's a bunch, but you can go basically along the main roadway and hit everything, and that's exactly what we did. And so yeah, we conquered Mount Washburn, came down, and yeah, we were kind of sore and all that, so we hydrated up again and made our way to Grand Canyon, and we saw some awesome springs. We saw I think they're called Mammoth Springs, and Mammoth Springs, it was just beautiful, really beautiful, and incredible sight. The springs going all the way down to the bottom of the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone, and seeing everything in Yellowstone. And you see a white sulfur around a lot of the rocks that are in there, around the whole area. Matter of fact, it's not like Redland that you would see like in Colorado where Red Rocks is at. Over here, it's if it's not tree and forestry, it's a lot of it's white in that area of Yellowstone, because that's the caldera, and that's that's a reformation of the volcanic eruption that happened 631,000 years ago. So that's why these geysers we saw around the whole park. As you're driving around, you're going to see little spots of fumes that are just popping up different areas around the park, and they're all geysers. It's alive, it's breathing, this super volcano that exists right here at Yellowstone. And it's a sight to be seen. It's incredible land, incredible God's country. It was amazing. So after the Grand Canyon, where do we head after that? God, I think that might have been how we kind of wrapped it up on the way, wrapping things up at Yellowstone. But there was just so much to it. I want to go back. And we're going to make time to go back. What got us on the Yellowstone trip was our trip to Colorado that we took like 5 years ago. And since then, we've done California, we've done Washington, we've done Nebraska, we've done Florida, and now we have conquered Wyoming's Yellowstone. And especially to conquer Mount Washburn was incredible. Awesomeness. So if you want to see some live footage on there, go to the Tony Gomez Show on Facebook, and I've got some live footage of us going up the mountain and Old Faithful and all that great shit. So let's get back to some rock, all right? Let's get back to some metal, and let's talk about what's going on locally. So let's go to local shows here in Corpus. Well, should I say from here, coming from you in Yellowstone on the road, but these are shows that are happening in Corpus Christi. And let's start with my man, Zane Campbell, and his place, the Black Monk Tavern. Tomorrow, Friday night, they've got Celebrity Sex Scandal, Agony of You, Dracula, and A Starlit Sky. Shout out to Danny Devastation from Starlit Sky, homeboy from Tamu CC. And what did they got Saturday? Hell yeah, Saturday. Huge shout out to my man Marcio Bill, drummer for my band Killamora, also for my band Headbangers Pit, And I want to shout out a big happy birthday. Marcel, happy birthday, brother. Hope you have an awesome day. On Saturday, July 8th, your birthday party is going to be at the Black Monk Tavern featuring your two bands, starting first with your Saxon tribute band called Battering Ram. They're going to be jamming, starting things off that night, Saturday, probably about 9:30, 10 o'clock, the latest, at the Black Monk Tavern. And then coming up to close up the show, your favorite San Antonio tribute of Iron Maiden, Seventh Son, is in town this Saturday. They're going to be tearing shit up for you over at Black Monk Tavern, celebrate Marcel Bill's birthday bash. And also shout out on Saturday, while it's at the top of mind, I got to give a shout out to my man Ralph Davila of Cat House, but also Left Hand Devil. And I give him a shout out, man. We're going to be doing the Rock and Roll Flea Market on Saturday, and I hope to be there. This trip might wear me out, but fuck, I'm going to make the best of it. I'm going to make it out there Saturday, and hopefully I'll get there earlier than I did last time. When I got there, it was awesome. The place was already packed, and vendors were kicking ass and making some great deals with people. And I made some great deals with some folks, and I got a lot of my own personal collectible items, vinyls, Iron Maiden comics, patches, all into the right hands of people that I know are going to appreciate it as much as I did. Machine Head patches, Pantera patches, Iron Maiden comic books. It's bringing a tear to my eye having a part with some of this stuff. And as far as vinyls, I parted with my all sealed versions of Jane's Addiction, Ritual and Habitual, Blood Sugar Sex Magic from, of course, the Chili Peppers, Painkiller. Also, too many to name. It was a great day. So I'm going to be there this Saturday from 11 to 3 p.m. And the band performing that day is also going to be Marcel Bill's Seventh Son at the House of Rock. All right. I think they're coming on at either 1 or 2 o'clock. They're going to do 1 or 2 sets, and they're going to kick some ass Iron Maiden style all over the House of Rock. Come check it out. You better stop by my vending booth. Come check out all my vinyls. Come pick up an Iron Maiden comic book. All right. No one's got them. I have them exclusively. They're out of my own collection. Come by and I'll make you a deal. All right. These are top of the line. Best graphics of Iron Maiden, Eddie, that you've ever seen. $12 an issue, or I'll cut you a deal. 2 for $22 or 3 for $33. Check it out, man. These things are worth every penny. If you're an Iron Maiden fan like I am, it's well worth it. So come visit me Saturday, 11 to 3 at the House of Rock, Corpus Christi, for the Rock and Roll Flea Market. Thanks for always having me there, Ralph Davila. I appreciate you, man. And the promo is always on me, brother. I love it. Rock and Roll Flea Market, rocking downtown with the greatest choices of old school vinyl, new school vinyl, rock and roll posters, patches. I've got DVDs. I'm going to have all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of crafts that are there available, posters, T-shirts. My shirts are all largest because they're everything out of my own collection, but I've got Black Flag, I've got Cryptic Slaughter, I've got all kinds of shit. Metallica, Megadeth, Anthrax, Pantera. I think my man Aaron has already bought all my Slayer stuff that I got available, but I still got a Slayer purse. I've got some Slayer memorabilia. Come by and visit me, all right? So that's Saturday, Rock and Roll Flea Market. Moving on, let's talk about boozers. Shout out to Tommy. His birthday was last week. Just another great year under the belt. Thanks for everything you and Jessica do for us over there at Boozers. So Friday night, they have got Mala Gente. Mala Gente is going to be tearing shit up, and it's going to be Fred Sanchez's birthday show. So go out there and support this birthday show. All right, Fred's birthday is coming up, and they're going to be going down tomorrow night over at Boozers, Mala Gente. And on Saturday, it's going to be a heavy fucking killing show. Shout out to my man, Rob Zavala, guitar player and vocalist for Summoning Beyond the Grave. Hell yeah, his band's going to be playing on this one. But headlining is going to be Renatus, Skate Boss next, and then Ultimatum. Blood of Our Brothers is on the bill. Also, Summoning Beyond the Grave, and also Miriam and Narwhal. It's going to be one hell of a banging night, all right? So get ready to freaking bang your head right off your body. You're going to be walking around with a torso out of there. Moving on. Let's talk about the Exchange. All right. So Friday at the Exchange, they got the Arcade Hustlers. And I think my bro Zach Might still play with him. I sure hope so, man. Zach, he's a rocker. He's a hell of a musician, and I hope he's still playing with the Arcade Hustlers. Check that out. That's Friday at the Exchange, and also Saturday coming up at the Exchange is going to be the Led Zeppelin Experience. Led Zeppelin fanatics, don't miss the show. Only $5 at the door at the Exchange this Saturday. Say hi to Jared. Tell him Tony Gomez sent you. All right. What's up, Jared? So moving on, let's go to the House of Rock. Don't know what's going on Friday. I couldn't pick up what they got. It's the House of Rock on Friday, but go check it out. Always great times there at the front bar. Say hi to Josh, either working behind the bar or maybe in the kitchen, and ask him to cook you up one of their deep dish. I believe it's Chicago style pizzas. It takes about 45 minutes, but perfect timing for you to put down a couple of cold ones and catch up with your significant other, or you know what I'm talking about. Have a good time out there waiting for that badass pizza to come out. So tell them Tony Gomez sent you. If you see Casey, tell Casey that I sent you. All right. And Saturday, House of Rock is going to be swimming with bears. All right. And also with swimming with bears, they've got the East and the Crow, and also Neapolitan. How about that? One of my favorite ice cream sandwiches is going to be performing, Neapolitan. Yes. So Sunday, you got to check them out. I believe the show's going to be going on Sunday at the House of Rock from about 5 to 9 p.m. They say you request whatever song and they'll play it. And this is going on with Lady Cat and Matt Mann. Go check it out, Matt Mann. He's a hell of a performer. I haven't seen Lady Cat, but go check him out and tell him Tony sent you. All right. Now let's see. Who else do we got coming up at Brewster Street? Give a shout out real quick on Thursday. Tonight, they've got Mickey and the Motor Cars. Friday, tomorrow. If you haven't seen them yet, Spasmatics are going to be in town. And they're usually here about once a month. I've seen them a couple of times, and great 80s band to go enjoy. If you love the 80s, they're the band to see. Saturday, they've got Club Brewster, and it's going to be the official I Love the 80s after party. All right? So shout out, Sam Canavati. Thanks for getting us over there. We're going to be at Brewster Street on July 29th, and I'm talking about Fistful of Metal. That's July 29th. All right. Thanks a lot, Sam. So Brewster Street, go check it out. Thursday, tonight, Making the Motor Cars. Friday, Spasmatics. Saturday, Club Brewster, official after party. So that takes care of all my local shows. So let me hit some things on music news. Coming out today, the Eagles came out. The one and only Eagles, man, one of my favorite bands of all time. They announced that they're upcoming. The Long Goodbye that's called the Long Goodbye Tour, will be the band's final tour. And it's going to consist of 13 shows, and it's going to be starting on September 7th of this year in New York. I haven't seen the tour schedule, but I sure hope that someplace in Texas is on the route. Hopefully it's going to be San Antonio, so I don't have to make the trip to Houston. In Houston, I have a feeling it'll probably be at Minute Maid, where I'd seen Billy Joel there a couple of years back. And that was a hell of a spot for a show. What an amazing performance by one of my favorite singers of all time, Billy Joel, inside there. I definitely was in a New York state of mind while the Piano Man was being the entertainer of a lifetime. So I would definitely want to catch the Eagles. You better catch them. This is going to be their last go-round. I think Don Henley's already passed away, so we got to catch them on this one. This is the last go-round. It's the Long Goodbye Tour. They've been banging away for 52 years. And I think my first taste of the Eagles was probably here in Hotel California. And getting the Eagles' Greatest Hits, Volume 1 on cassette. I might have, anyway, I don't know. Don't worry about how I got it, but I'm telling you, that was probably one of my most played cassettes. It's funny, it's got a little country feel, but it's definitely classic rock at its finest. And I've always heard from, I think it was did I say Don Henley passed away? I take that back. It was the other cat, the other vocalist. Don Henley is definitely alive and kicking, the drummer. And he came out saying that it was, the Eagle style was something that they got from checking out Linda Ronstadt and hearing her sound in, I believe it's like Bakersfield, California. And they caught her in a small little country bar. And the way she was already able to do this soft rock blend that was unique to her, that ended up being something that the Eagles really were able to make into their magic. And nobody did it any better than the Eagles. They took that idea and just took it to the next level, and it was awesome. I fell in love with the Eagles ever since then. I enjoyed them on the Urban Cowboy soundtrack, a movie I loved with John Travolta. Yeah, I like Travolta. He was one of my favorite actors back as a kid. Still dig him. I really love Face Off. So let's move on to some other music news. Here's some music news I came across about Zelensky. Yes, Zelensky was telling CNN that listening to AC/DC, Guns N' Roses, and Eric Clapton has helped him through Ukraine's war with Russia. So how about that? The guy's he's not a closet headbanger, but he definitely likes to bang heads. AC/DC, Guns N' Roses, and he likes to after midnight, we're gonna let everything hang out, like Eric Clapton says, and those are three of the best classic rock bands that there are. And Guns N' Roses is going to be in San Antonio not too long from now, so check that out. I hope to get some tickets. Maybe we'll check that out, and maybe I can surprise my babe and take her out to see that one. Last time we saw Guns N' Roses was at the Astrodome, and Metallica joined them, and also then also had Faith No More on the Real Thing tour. Metallica was on the Black Album. Guns N' Roses was on Use Your Illusion 1 and 2. Amazing stuff. And the day before, me and Lori also were at Lollapalooza 92, and that featured Pearl Jam on the opening tour on the first album, that had Ice Cube, that had Soundgarden, that had Ministry, and Red Hot Chili Peppers headlined the show. Amazing. I still got the drumstick that I got from Chad Smith from the Red Hot Chili Peppers that day. Hell yeah, it's in my collection. And, if you ask me, I think Zelensky's putting this out there to CNN because he's probably hoping there's going to be some kind of like fundraising kind of free show put together, raising money for the war effort for the Ukraine against Russia. He's probably hoping he's going to get these three acts, AC/DC, Guns N' Roses, Eric Clapton, and probably like Metallica and Slipknot too. Hell yeah. Who else better to join the big bash right there but Metallica and Slipknot? That'd be awesome. One other part in music news, Mick Mars came out, and he says he doesn't want to talk to his Motley Crue bandmates ever again. He says, he thinks that all of us would be okay with that. He thinks all the band members would be just fine with that. I was reading the article on this, and I found it interesting how he talked about on the stadium tour, which me and Lori went into San Antonio to go catch, and it was awesome. The People's headliner was definitely Poison. Poison came out and killed it, man. Oh, it was awesome. CC DeVille rocking. Bret Michaels, he still looks like he did in 1980. Behind the kid, Ricky Rocket, and I'm trying to think of the bass player's name. He had it down. Bobby Dahl, I think it was. Shit. Yeah, man. Ironically, anyway, I met him at Record Bar. They played in Corpus at the Memorial Coliseum as the opening band for Cinderella and Loudness. Rock and Roll Crazy Nights, Loudness. That's what I'm talking about. And if you were at that show, please chime in on the chat. If anybody's watching this, please definitely jump in on the chat room and join the conversation. But that Loudness show at Memorial Coliseum was one of the loudest shows I'd ever experienced. Hell yeah. I've seen Kiss several times. And Kiss always says they're the loudest band in the world. And I've seen them twice at the Memorial Coliseum on Animalize and Lick It Up. And they weren't louder than Loudness. So I got to shout it out to Loudness. Man, I love everything off that first album, Thunder in the East. I've got that one on a sealed vinyl. If you're interested in it, let me know. It is for sale. All right. So anyway, that's right. Poison were the headliners, the People's headliner of that show. I think Def Leppard killed it. I grew up with Def Leppard, man. Pyromania. I must have heard that album more than 1,000 times during that summer of '83 when it came out. And I'm always a hardcore fan of Motley Crue, but Def Leppard just fucking killed it. They fucking killed it. And in regards to the Crue, Mick Mars was talking about how on that tour he kind of felt left out and how none of the bandmates had even had a real conversation as a band, not since 2019 when they got together for the production of The Dirt. So you know, that really sucks. And you know, if I was in Mick Mars' shoes, I wouldn't miss the guys either. You know, he also made a comment that in the interview that I'm talking about in Rolling Stone, that he felt like an outsider on that tour. And when it came to the last date of the tour, I believe it was in Las Vegas, he was fucking relieved that it was finally at an end. He was tired of it. He felt like he was not a part of it, like an outsider. And that really fucking sucks because Mick Mars helped build that band and makes what Motley Crue is what makes the magic that always makes Crue so badass live. Seen him several times. I love the Crue and I love Mick Mars. I got respect for all the guys and Mick for always being under so much pain for all these years and still going out there and killing it regardless of the pain. That's what fucking grinding is about. That's a true grinder. So Mick Mars, much respect. And you know, Mick, what a tremendous guitar player. You know, he had mentioned one last thing about this interview. He said, you know, he doesn't want to have an interview. He doesn't want to have a funeral. He doesn't want to have a funeral. But he thinks that the bandmates of Motley Crue would probably show up just as a courtesy. But he's not going to have a funeral. So there was nothing for him to show up for. I take it he's going to have his body desecrated and probably saved with a family member. Much respects to Mick Mars, one of the best grinders out there, best guitar players from the 80s, 90s, and today's. Much respect. Long live Mick. Oh, hell yeah. Well, I was only able to listen to in regards to new music for this week, I was only able to get my hands on one thing, and that's from one of my favorite metalcore bands, Under Oath. They put out a new single just June 30th, just several days ago, and it's a single entitled Lifeline, Drowning. All right. I say drowning like that because drowning's in parentheses after Lifeline. So it's a 2-song single release, and it's got the title track Lifeline and another song that's called Let Go. And yeah, I preferred Let Go out of the 2 tracks. It's a banger, man. It's Under Oath doing what they do best. I love the clean vocals. I love the banging drums, the killer choruses. I love the different dynamics of it being soft, where you got some great vocals going on, then going off real hard and screaming on that chorus. And it's, like I said, Under Oath doing what they do best. So in music news, check out some new Under Oath. I'm suggesting Let Go, but the name of the new release that just came out on the 30th was called Lifeline, Drowning. So check out that Under Oath. So like I was mentioning earlier, local shows, go out to Boozers this weekend. Go check it out. Go check out my man, Marcio Beal. He's having his birthday bash at the Black Monk Tavern. That's going to be Saturday night. No cover out there. And that's going to be with his Saxon band, tribute band called Battery and Ram. And then he's got his Iron Maiden tribute band, Seventh Son, coming on after that there. And I'd love to go up there and sing an Iron Maiden track, man. I'll join you for Iron Maiden. So invite me up there. I'd love to sing that, or let me know, dude. I'd love to be a part of joining some of the fun, some of the madness. I love Iron Maiden. I grew up as a hardcore Iron Maiden fan. Used to always get into fights with my friends in the neighborhood. Shout out to Philip Gonzalez and Robert McCrory. Growing up there in our hood, right there by Hamlin Junior High, and both of those guys were hardcore Judas Priest fans, and I was the Iron Maiden fan, and I would normally get dogpiled because we'd be fighting and wrestling about who was the best band out of them two. And so Saturday night, Marcio Beal, check out his birthday bash over at Zane Campbell's Black Monk Tavern. Probably coming on about 9:30, 10 o'clock. Don't forget my guys downtown. Tell Jared Tony said hi and sent you over there to go check out the Led Zeppelin experience. That's going to be Saturday night. Check them out at Brewster. If you hadn't seen Spasmatics, check those guys out on Saturday. And don't want to forget my guys over at the House of Rock. Check out Lady Cat and Matt Man on Sunday, anytime between 5 and 9 p.m. and request any song and they'll do it. Hey, coming from me on the road, this has been the Tony Gomez Show. Thanks for all you guys watching the show. Send me any questions you got to the Tony Gomez Show at gmail.com or message me at the Tony Gomez Show on Facebook and offer any kind of comments or suggestions. It's been great talking to you on the road here in Yellowstone. I owe a big, huge thank you and huge love to my wife, Lori Gomez. Thanks for putting up with me on the road, and thanks for being the best wife in the galaxy to me. and putting up with me while I'm doing my podcast right now. Hopefully she's getting some rest. We got a lot to do tomorrow. We'll be seeing you soon. God bless you guys. I hope you had a great 4th of July. Remember, you're the master of your own destiny and creator of your own future. Give my show a like and subscribe to the show. Check out my Spotify at the Tony Gomez Show. And I will see you at the next show. Keep grinding, my friends. See you at the show.